Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You're listening to
TGP, the good people.
Today. I'm Tall Dax, also known as Rosa Roy. You can call me whatever you want, as long as you call me. And with me is Michelle. And our shout out girl, there she is. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. This is the shout out girl again. We're here again.
We just
Three
got
of
back,
us.
three of us. Edison, once again, this
You
week.
missed out.
Yes, because once again, he is on special assignment. Once again, searching new topics and new things and setting up interviews and God knows whatever else he's doing with that beautiful wife and family of his. Probably camping, of course, in the rain, being a rainy day. All right, we just okay. What was I going to say? We just got back from Brown Social House. Now, their whatchamacallit, their deck outside is closed, but they were so nice to us. They made an exception because we had Winston with us. So they let us eat outside in the nice fireplace and so forth. It was
Must
fabulous.
mention, of course, Professor Winston is a dog.
Yes, Professor Winston is a dog. Not just any
yeah,
dog,
it's-
but a dog. All right. So, question I was going to ask you is nice and simple. We were talking about dreams at one point on one of our shows. Now,
great.
I was going to ask you, because I'm fascinated with dreams, and apparently dreams have meanings and reasons, and your subconscious trying to tell you something about what's going on in your life. What has been for you, Michelle, what has been the craziest dream that you had that probably came into fruition?
Okay. I sounds funny. I dream about dead people. No, honestly, the people have died, and I have this dream. I'm with them again and talking with them.
That is.
It's very nice feeling.
Have you ever, when somebody passes away, my mom passed away 11 years ago. And on the second or third day of her passing, I had a dream. It was so vivid, so clear. Have you ever had a dream of somebody after they passed away?
Yep, my grandma and
Did-
my dad.
Now, did you talk to them, or did they just like walk by like they didn't even notice you? That's what my mom
my
did.
dad was driving, and I got so mad at him. I said, "You can't drive. You're dead." and just like usual, he's like, "Oh, I
Yeah,
can
like
do it."
just telling you,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
quiet.
And I was so mad at him. I said, "No, you can't drive."
That's so cute.
But it was totally what he would do. It was actually nice when I woke up. I kind of laughed, and I'm like, "Wow, that was so
You know, I had
nice feeling."
I had a friend who her husband passed away, and she wanted to go to ICBC and take the picture of the wreck for reasons of for court, right? And they gave her special permission to do so. She goes over there. She takes a picture of the wreckage, and then when she goes home to look at all her pictures, in one of her pictures was her husband standing right next to the wreckage in the suit they buried him in.
What?
Ooh.
Is this someone you know? This happened to?
This is somebody I know, and they don't want me to
Yeah.
say
sure.
anything. But in my viewpoint, I believe that the spirit world and so forth, once you pass away and so forth, you go into another dimension, another world, right? Maria was talking about on one of our shows, past shows,
Yeah.
about dying and then going to
Yeah,
heaven and
yeah,
so
yeah.
forth. But this,
Near-death experience.
yeah, but this one gets better. Maria was walking with her ex-husband, Henry, at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the story about when Henry said to you, "Don't look back." You know what I'm talking about? This is really
Whoa.
interesting.
Well, my previous husband, my first husband, when he was alive, we was just dating that time, and we're walking in a rice field, side by side rice field, and in a highway, right, like a main road, I must say. And then there's one guy approaching towards us, wearing a white hat, white suit, and white shoes.
Yeah.
And then my husband, my Henry, said, "Baby, don't look back."
Yeah.
When he passed, my Henry informed me saying, "Don't look back." And
You're
it's
gonna look
human
back. You're gonna
nature.
look
Of
back.
course
It's
you're gonna
human
look back.
nature that when someone told you don't look back, you look back, right?
Yeah.
So when I look back,
Yeah.
it's gone. The guy is not there. It's just Henry and myself. Oh my goodness. I really, really run really
Yeah,
fast.
apparently Henry
Yeah.
could see the dead, sort of like ghost whispers.
Yeah.
And we have a funny feeling that one of our sons can too, because every time he goes to sleep, he sleeps with the light on. So
Always.
this is just
Oh.
our suspicion that something is up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But have you ever been to a place and you actually feel like somebody's watching you? There's nobody there, but you can feel like there's somebody else
Felt that
there.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. A quick story. After my dad passed away, we all went to go pick up my dad's ashes, and my daughter was 3 at the time. She had no idea what was happening.
Of course.
yeah.
And we got to the crematorium, and we were going to pick up my dad's ashes that day. She just jumped from the back seat, like as soon as we were in the parking lot. She
Yeah.
jumped, and she said, "Opa's here, Opa's here, Opa's here." It's like, how does she know that we're going to get his ashes right
Well,
now?
you know what's really
wow.
it's
We were just
what's really funny is because children are supposed to be closer to the spiritual
Right.
world
Yeah, that makes
because
sense. Yeah.
they don't realize that what they're seeing, you're not supposed to see that. It's not, we're trained, as we become adults, that's not what you're supposed to look at. It's kind of, it's creepy. One of the strangest stories that I heard when I was
Yeah.
about 15 years old, I believe his name was Anthony, who told me, which happens. He was a family friend.
Yeah.
He was dating this girl. He dated her for about a month. And after dating her, he was going around restaurants and so forth. And people didn't see that like when people were looking at him,
Yeah.
they couldn't see anyone around him. But what was really funny is his friends could see the girlfriend. So when he went around,
Yeah.
let's say he went to the keg or something like
We
that,
saw you there the
Yeah.
other day.
he would say, table for two, and the waitress would look and go, okay, there's only one. I'll just get him one menu. So he would always, order, 2 menus and 2 waters and 2 drinks and whatever, right? And somehow when they got back to the table, the drinks would be consumed. So they were thinking, okay, this guy is drinking a lot of.
Is this
Alcohol.
real story?
This is a real
really?
story.
This
This
is
is
a
a real-
movie. Oh,
This is a real story.
okay.
This guy's drinking heavily, so they wouldn't give him any more drinks. Like, okay, he's delusional, he's talking to himself, and so
Yeah.
forth and so on. But his friends, if he went out with people that were close to him, and he went out with a girlfriend, like on a double date,
Yeah.
they could see the girlfriend there. Now, this gets really interesting. What I'm not telling you is this: is that all of a sudden the girlfriend goes missing. For 2 or 3 days, he calls the police,
Yeah.
right? And, the police, start doing, they don't really search until about 48 hours, 72 hours,
Yeah.
You got to really be missing. So they do an investigation and they get back to him and they say, this is not a funny joke. You're not funny. But this person
Yeah.
that you're talking about, she's been dead for over 10 years.
What?
Oh, that's creepy.
Really creepy.
Very
That
creepy.
is like
Very creepy.
I'm talking super creepy.
Super creepy indeed. Well, there's a lot of things in this world that, hard to explain.
You can't explain it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Sometimes we describe it because in order for us to cope things and understand new things, we always labeled it like supernatural, like, those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
or magic.
or
Black
magic or
magic.
alien, things like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
They
But
Yeah.
burn the
definite-
witches.
because our brain cannot handle it.
They can't process. it
Yeah,
being
so I
real.
think
Well, here's one for you.
go ahead.
Okay. Like when somebody says, okay, I need a bottle of water. Okay. And you're looking for a specific bottle of water. Let's say it's a bottle of Dasani or a bottle
Yeah.
of JoJo's or whatever kind of water you're looking for, right? You can't find the water. No matter how hard you look, you can't find the water. And
Yes.
then somebody comes over and goes, oh, well, it's right there, right in front of me,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Had that. Like
Now-
your phone today.
Right.
Like the wallet.
The wallet,
Yeah.
phone, the
Right.
keys.
Right.
He said,
Okay,
"Baby,
you know
where's
why?
the wallet in front
Why?
of you?"
Okay.
Please explain.
The
I
reason
don't
why
know.
is because you're looking for that thing in a certain pattern, in a certain type of bottle, and with a certain type of color, with a
Yeah.
certain type of label. So your brain is focused on looking at that one thing. Now, the reason that a lot of us can't see the spirit world is because we're expecting to see that which we're seeing right now.
Oh, okay.
That
yeah.
which is in front of it. Our focus is on that. But there are some people in this world that their focus is nowhere and they can see everything. It blows my mind. Some of the stories I've heard. I'm going to do a little bit of research, of course, on YouTube, which is a great source for ghost stories and so forth. But there are so many crazy mysteries. How's about you, Michelle? Have you ever seen a ghost?
Oh, yeah.
Ex-
I-
explain it.
Okay, well, I did not believe it.
Okay.
I was at a friend's house. I think I was about 22, 23. And it was kind of this big wood cabin. And a couple of us friends were there. We were all sitting in the kitchen. And I went to the bathroom, and it's a beautiful house. So after the bathroom, I just kind of walked around a bit and made my way to the kitchen. And I looked up, and I could see at the top banister a lady dressed in white.
No.
This sounds really
Wow.
crazy. And yeah.
That's
And
right.
I came back to the kitchen, and everybody said, they all turned to me and said, "Oh, you saw her, did you?" And, I was like,
What?
I'm like,
Is that a prank?
I'm
Maybe it's
thinking,
just a
well,
prank.
and they said, well, this place, this log cabin was made for a woman. She was dying of cancer, and she died before the place was done.
Whoa.
But and they've all seen her before, and they just said, "Oh, you saw her, did you?" Oh, yeah, Michelle saw her. Yeah, that's the look on her face. We know it. I was
Well,
like,
that is really creepy.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I mean, there are so many things go. Okay,
but I would not believe it if
Yeah.
somebody else told me that story. I would say, "Yeah, you're crazy."
yeah, there's no way.
But because it happened to me, I'm thinking, it did happen. It did. I wasn't crazy.
Okay, so you know how
I
you're
didn't
gonna.
do drugs. I wasn't smoking
right.
dope or anything.
But
I
you know how
swear to
you're
God.
going to react when somebody tells you something like that. You know how
Yeah,
you're going to
you just
react,
said,
but you don't know how
you
you're
saw a
going to.
reflection in the window.
Right, but you don't know how you're going to react when you actually see it
When it
yourself.
actually
Like
happens.
how do you tell people something like that that's convincing enough that they're like, oh wow, rather than going, yeah, okay, you got some loose
Sure.
screws in that
Yeah.
that head
Or
of
there
yours,
must be
you know.
an explanation for it. You saw like reflection in a window somewhere, or maybe laundry was hanging on the railing, or but it wasn't.
And then we get into UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Now, there have been millions of people that have had the so-called same delusion or
The
illusion
same.
or whatever you want to call it. Now, how do we explain that one? Have you ever seen a UFO?
I don't think so. I-
Have you ever seen a UFO?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
No, I have nothing more to say.
I have seen a UFO, but in the astral world.
Ooh.
And when I woke up, I lost a lot of time. A
What?
lot of time.
Like you woke up and you thought it was Monday, but it was actually Wednesday or something? Or
No, I woke up thinking I only had 5 minutes of sleep and I was supposed to go to school, only to realize that I was not the only one that felt like they had 5 minutes of sleep at my apartment.
Oh.
Apartment, and we used to live on Fraser and Sixth in Vancouver. We
Yeah.
had an apartment building, a corner apartment building,
yeah.
and I dreamt like it was clear as day. It was like it was right there.
Yeah.
But what's really funny is that these so-called aliens are so advanced. Not only can they come to you in the physical world, but they can come to you in the astral world, the mental world, and because all these different planes of existence, they're different frequencies. It's like tuning in on an FM radio. You know what I'm saying? And whatever channel you're on, that's what you're going to that's where you're going to be, or that's what you're going to perceive. It's kind of crazy. You walk into a Catholic church and you see you see Jesus there, and you
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
saints, and they've got this round ball, this halo
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
around
yeah,
them. Well, that's their spiritual energy. That's a representation of their spiritual energy, where they stand on the spiritual level of
Yeah.
things. And everybody knows that Christ is the ultimate spiritual being, of course, being the Son of God. I mean, what else can it be, right? But okay.
Yes. Ask away.
I don't want to be too crazy here.
We're well past that point.
Yeah, we'll pass that point. But yeah, again, there are, if you keep a really open mind about things, okay, like say, okay, I'm going to keep my mind open about seeing this. I'm going to keep my mind open
Okay.
about seeing that. What's going to happen is your brain goes into
Closes.
not
Close?
closes, goes in, starts tuning into that channel, or the universe starts drawing in the potential of having that reality come to you. Speaking of that, okay, let's talk about the secret a little bit. You know, the what do you call it? The law of attraction.
Okay.
The craziest thing that I ever did is I wanted to get a cup of coffee. I didn't know how I was going to get the cup of coffee. I just knew I was going to get a cup of coffee.
Right.
So I walk into Starbucks and I'm just about to order coffee. And the lady says, you wouldn't be interested in this black coffee. And she just gave it to me because they don't like throwing away their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So she gave me a coffee and I thought, okay, well, let's reciprocate, and
Yeah.
I'm going to buy pastry too. So I got my free cup of coffee. How's about you guys? Have you ever thought about something and then it comes into fruition, comes into reality?
Yeah. Sometimes it's really
Such
strange.
as, give me an example.
There's good ones and bad examples. You want the good or the bad?
Oh, give me both. Give me both.
Okay. Well, I thought of this. I don't. Okay, this might be a coincidence. I thought of this perfect table that would work for making my artwork.
Yeah.
And I do rock carving, and I thought it would be perfect to have a table with wheels on it and then shelves on it, and I could do this while I'm watching TV or movie,
yeah.
and then I could roll it to the side of the living room when I'm done. This is just for little work,
Yeah.
fine detailing or sanding.
And then in the back of your mind, you just completely forgot about it, right?
Totally forgot about it. I went to pick up the kids from swimming lessons. On the way back, there it is on the side of the road. Perfect. Exactly what I imagined.
Okay.
Exactly. And I still have that table today.
Now,
And I refinished it
Nice.
last week.
okay, ask me
Wow.
this. Ask me this. How did I know you totally forgot about it?
I
You-
don't know.
you-
How
you
did
didn't-
you
you
know
didn't-
that? How did you know that?
Okay. because what happens is
Playing mind games on me.
usually what manifests, guys, is
Right.
you think about something and you put it in the back of your head and you don't think about it anymore.
Lottery ticket. Blah, blah, blah.
It's
Forgot about it. What were we
do we
talking
have
about?
do we have an elastic band?
There's one right there. Can you reach it?
Where is it?
Right there.
Okay.
So
here.
you wanted it,
I'm
and
just
there it
okay.
is.
Here.
You
I'm gonna-
manifested an elastic
Okay, hold
band.
on. I want to show you what I'm talking about. I want to show you what I'm
The
talking
energy. Okay. This should be very interesting.
about. Okay.
Is this chemist thing?
Is this
Yeah,
magic?
sure.
Is it black magic? Are
No,
you
no,
gonna
no,
hurt
no
me?
black man. No. We don't. No black man. Okay. So this is your brain.
Uh-oh.
Now you imagine something,
Yes.
and what you do is you put energy into what you're imagining,
Whew.
right? Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what happens is if you keep putting energy into something, you can't manifest what you want because the manifestation is to put energy into something and that thing coming to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put the energy into it with a thought. And when you let go of the thought and don't think about it and give it any more energy, boom, it moves.
Releases?
So when mind energy goes from thought, it has energy and moves.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
when it loses its energy and it stops, it becomes a manifestation of reality. It comes into being something, or it comes to you. And the way it comes to you is we live in the, I'm going to totally confuse you here.
Yeah.
We live in
I
the
kinda lost now.
fourth dimension. We live in the fourth dimension, which is time and space, okay?
Yes.
So it has to come from, this is the future. This is where you start at the manifestation. And the stronger your manifestation is, the closer the reality is. Let me give you a great example. You're going to appreciate this one.
Okay.
I was obsessed with reuniting with my friend again. I was really, really obsessed with seeing Michelle.
Okay.
And I kept thinking about her and thinking about her and thinking about her. I even told, Maria, I have a funny feeling I'm going to bump into Michelle. So one day at the camera display department at Costco,
Yeah.
here's this person with curly hair. I recognize that hair right away and I go, Michelle. She turns around and there she is.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was another form of what we call the law of attraction. Okay. So maybe one day we'll explain it a little bit more. We'll do a show just on that.
Yeah, do
So
some more
we're
research,
creating
yeah.
future topics.
Wow.
How's about you, darling, wifey poo of mine, shout out girl, and all around sexy partner in crime? How's about you? Have you ever had any kind of power of it, law of attraction manifestations happen?
I can't think of anything right now because of honestly, everything is going on in my life is it's not even planned, but it's what I dream and what I picture.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Right. But has it come into fruition?
Well, it happened already. I have you.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I have the kids are here. They have good life.
Yeah.
And I always said before I will retire before 55.
Wow.
And here I am. Not even 55 yet. I'm already
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That is the law of attraction
Right.
coming into power. It's I'm gonna quote this Bible thing. Probably it's not even from the Bible, but I'm gonna quote this. You may have heard this 1,000 times, but God helps those who help themselves. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
yeah.
Okay. So basically, what that means is if you just sit around waiting for the taxi cab to come, okay, you're never going to see the taxi cab because what you got to do is you got to find the taxi cab in order for it to take you where you need to go. So you got to meet the universe or God or whatever halfway,
Wait, yeah.
right? Okay. Universe, you,
Yes.
intention.
Okay.
Okay. pull. Let go of it. You get movement. Boom. Manifestation. Okay. And if you want to see my book on that, wait for me to write it. Okay.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
can manifest negative things as well, I suppose.
Yes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like through worry,
yes, you can.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
anxiety, worrying thoughts.
Yeah, because
Negativity,
exactly.
negative
Right,
thoughts. You know, that's
right.
is I
Then you
think
bring it on.
having
Yeah.
negative thoughts
Ooh,
is
that's
the
nasty.
easiest one. You know,
Oh.
it's just like so easy to accumulate.
I
you
knew
know?
But
that
here-
would happen.
but-
It always happens to me.
But here's the
Yeah.
good
Stuff
news.
like that.
Okay, here's the good news. The
And
good
there's a
news
good news?
is there's actually
Oh,
good
thank
news.
God.
It negative manifestations take longer to happen, so you can cancel them out compared to
Cancel,
happy.
cancel.
Yeah, exactly. Compared
I've been
to
having some bad
Abort,
happy.
abort,
Yeah.
abort.
Exactly. Compared to happy manifestation, it takes longer. So if you think about an elephant pooping in your living room, don't worry, it's not going to happen because you're not going to keep holding on to that thought for very long.
That's
But how's
interesting.
about people who win lotteries?
Hmm.
Like I wonder how that works. Any ideas? Any ideas at all?
I don't.
I
Just
don't
luck
know.
of the draw. I don't know.
But okay. Let me give you an
The
example.
numbers game, mathematically.
Okay.
Algorithm.
I think it's even more than that. I think there's something like a wave of luck. It's like, an ocean, like a surfing.
Yeah.
When you go surfing. Now, if you're on the bottom of that, you're going to get buried under the water. If you're in front of it, right, or behind it, and then you sort of tip on it, you can ride the wave like a surfer. Okay. I had one video. Remember that video I was talking about?
Yeah.
Came out 300 and something shares, 32,000K. Okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
32,000. Yeah. I didn't do anything different at all. I checked it out to
What
see.
show was that?
That was.
I think it was just a shout out.
It was just
Oh,
yeah.
shout out to 2 or 3 brothers.
You were riding the
Yeah.
wave.
And I was really riding the wave. Now, you don't know what that feels like
Excuse me.
until it happens to you. But like they say, when you make your first $1 million, the second million is easier. And then when you make your second million, the third one is easier. And the more and more you make, the easier and easier it gets. Okay. Once you feel that wave, you're going to want it again, and you're going to know what it feels like, what it tastes like, what it smells like. And now I know what it feels like, what it tastes like. I know that, right? And thank you, everyone out there who watched my videos on Facebook. Thank you so much.
And keep on sharing.
And keep on sharing and so
Ride
forth.
the wave.
And ride the wave. But I believe that luck can be acquired more so than just happen on random. But most people get it on random, and then when they learn what that feels like, they can manifest it again. What's your take on that, you guys?
I always say when people are being negative, I say, no, don't talk like that. No, don't worry. When we get there, we'll find a parking spot and we'll get in right away. And the rain will clear before we go back outside. Don't worry about it. It all
And it
worked out.
happens, doesn't it, when you're
it
totally
does.
clear with it? Yeah.
And
You find a parking spot in the most craziest
right away,
freaking place.
right up front.
Right in front. Yeah,
and
right up front.
I always say, don't worry, we'll find it. Everything will be fine. And super positive attitude. And everything always turns out.
Yeah, everything just
But there's
pops
some
into place.
people where like, oh, we're going to be late. We'll never find parking. It's going to rain. It's going to be miserable. It's a waste of time.
But
It's like,
that manifestation happens really fast because they're so convinced, and the energy, they're so convinced and they're expecting it. And that's exactly what the universe delivers to them. I know I said before, negative thoughts happen less quicker,
yeah.
but this is, it's not a negative thought. In a way, it's a positive thought in a negative manner.
Explain.
Okay. When you think, oh my God, I'm going to get run over
Yeah,
by
yeah,
a
yeah.
car, right?
Yeah, yeah.
you're in fear,
Yeah.
right? But when you're thinking, oh my God, we're not going to find a parking spot and so forth, you are so convinced, and you're not saying that out of fear. You're saying that out of, okay, I'm going to manifest it with the intention of manifestation. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to manifest that situation. And when you sit back long enough to really think about it, how it works,
Yeah.
you're going to find the pattern. And I think I'm pretty darn close to finding that pattern. And as soon as I figure it out, I will share it with all of you, of course. So, but yeah, finding that parking spot, that's such a great feeling, isn't it?
Well, my mama always said thoughts can move mountain.
That's right. And
That's
when
what my
two
mama
people
always said
that's
that.
right. When two people agree on one thing, they can move mountains.
And the odd time, I don't find the parking spot, but then you get to where you wanted to go and said, that was actually cool that we didn't find the parking spot up front because we bumped into those people and they gave us an extra ticket. Like that was so great.
Yeah, because the universe that's what's meant to be.
Yeah.
Or you just have to go around the block for another 30 seconds to a minute, and boom, there's a parking spot you were looking
Yeah.
for.
And you see something nice along the way. And
I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. I can't find my key.
that's a hard one. When it's really bad stuff.
No, but no.
wars,
Here, let me give you an
that
example.
doesn't happen for
I
a
can't find my keys.
Okay.
Right? They're right in front of me. I can't find the keys, no
Oh,
matter
here we
how
go.
damn hard I look.
Is that just old age?
That too. So
Wife to the rescue.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be 15 minutes late, only to find out on the news if you had been on time, you would have been in a severe accident.
Oh, do we have to tell the story about what happened to my passport too?
Oh my God, this.
That's a very good experience.
Okay,
too.
you tell it.
No, you tell.
No, you tell it.
No,
I'll
you tell it. No.
I have no idea.
Okay. Basically, what happened was Maria had her passport in her purse.
Yes.
And one day, her passport was not in her purse. We went through that purse meticulously. We hung it upside down. We did
Cut it open.
we did almost everything except cut it open and shred it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so she had to reapply again for her passport.
That is 1 week before.
Continue.
Oh,
That is 1 week before my flight coming back to Canada.
oh, that's
So I had to fly in. I had to
nerve-wracking.
fly in by myself. Continue.
So come to the point that he have to fly in just by himself,
Yeah.
and I have to stay in the Philippines for another 1 week in order for me to get my new passport,
Yeah.
right?
And it turned out longer.
So to make the long story short, 3 days prior my flight coming back here, my passport showed up inside my purse.
What?
And
It was there.
And everybody were just like, that's impossible because I checked it.
I checked
Robert
it.
checked
Yeah.
it.
He checked it.
And and even my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, all the whole family checked it, and oh my goodness. But they can't find it. And 3 days prior my flight, it showed up, and I was just like,
I checked her purse
what
4
is
times.
going on? But maybe you know what Robert's saying? Maybe it's not meant for me to be in that flight.
Yeah, maybe she might have looked at somebody the wrong way or said the wrong thing or something could have
Yeah,
gone.
who
Like
knows?
everything has
That's a reason.
a purpose. Everything has a reason. Like everything in
And
this
it
universe
seemed
has
like
to
a
fit
bad
together.
thing at the time, but maybe it was a good thing that it was delayed.
Yeah, you know what? We always do what we always do is we always look in the bright side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
be
that's the
grateful that
That's the only thing we
you
can
got
think
back
of.
home. It's all okay.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened.
Well, the
It was
universe-
just delayed.
The universe, when you're not
And expensive ticket.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the universe puts you in a situation like when you're not supposed to die, you're not going to die. The universe will do everything within its power to make sure that you are alive. But when it's your time to go, no matter how much you avoid it,
Yes.
you will not be able to avoid it. Come here. Come here. You stop barking. You stop barking. Did you just hit me in the head?
Yeah. With the bone.
But yeah, it's
So
crazy.
This is making me feel less stressful and sad
Why?
about death. Because it's all okay to die. I mean, it doesn't make it sound as bad anymore.
All you're doing
Like,
is
it's
you're
gonna
going
happen
from
when
one
it's gonna
form
happen.
to another. That's right. All you're doing is you're going from one form to another. From like Einstein said it this way: energy is not created or
Nor
destroyed. It just goes from one form
to another.
to another.
Like heat. Yeah. Movement. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, and oh my God, the universe is just a wonderful place. It's an amazing.
it's wonderful and it's horrible all at the same time.
all at the same time. I mean, we look at a. Hold on, let me get this for my little buddy here. There you go, you silly goose.
Giving the dog a bone.
Literally. Yeah, the universe, like you're looking at the sun from a distance, from the earth, and it's nice and great, especially when you're lying down on a warm
Sunset. Yeah.
Enough. Giving him a little tap on the bottom there.
We beat our animals.
And his butt is so strong. No, we don't beat our animals. We just say, stop. I do not endorse beating animals.
or anything.
Yeah. The
Or
only person
anything.
people used to ask me, do you beat up your wife? I go, yeah, by an hour. Yeah. And then I serve her breakfast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, he beat me up with his lips.
Oh, yeah. I like to smack her with my lips on the cheeks. Her cheeks are nice, not black and blue, but nice pinky with big smiles on her face.
Okay, that's it, Rob.
That's enough of that.
TMI.
Too much information.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, you're looking at the sun, a nice warm, you're lying down on a warm beach in the Philippines, looking at the sun.
That sounds so therapeutic.
Yeah,
I need
but
that right now.
when you're
This is-
millions of miles,
It's like a
I'm
sauna.
going to manifest that to happen.
Oh,
that yeah, absolutely.
Manifest.
But when you're really close up to the sun, 100 feet
Oh.
away, that can be
Well.
like what you were saying. There's some things that are not beautiful.
Horrible, horrendous.
Exactly.
Beautiful from far away, but
So beautiful is
scary for up close. Like
exactly.
some people we know. Not you.
I feel like I just got punched.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So where do you want to be right now? You were talking to me about you're wanting to go to the Philippines really soon and you want to meet the brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Maybe you should go on a tour with me and, get to meet everybody.
That's a possibility.
Do you have time?
I can make time because life's too short.
Life is too short.
that's so true.
Life is the only thing that's good and short in your life is probably your boyfriend. That's probably it. And yeah, that's it. Everything else, life is too short.
Boo is right.
Yeah.
All right. What do we say, kids? All right.
Yeah, there we go.
So you were talking about we're up to 40 minutes right now,
Yeah.
but you were talking about being a character.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What
So,
kind of character?
for
Without
fantasy.
breaking any copyright laws.
just for the fun of it, if you were some sort of character, you can pick anything.
Okay.
It could be a Disney character or a cartoon, anything you've ever thought of or seen TV. Which one would you be?
Well, I
Smurf?
yeah. No, I'm not that. I don't. I don't have blue balls that bad. No, actually, I probably would want to be one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh.
I think that's great.
And
Speaking of-
why?
well, he's a free spirit. He's constantly surrounded by mystical, magical. That's what I love about Disney. Everything in that world is mystical, magical, beautiful. I love Disney. I love the characters. I love everything about it. I wish I had more time to go visit. How's about you? Disney. I'm rambling on about how much I love Disney.
The character I'd like to be. Well, maybe Cinderella.
Why Cinderella?
Well, she did meet her prince.
Ah.
But she could appreciate meeting him because she went through hardship, I think. Didn't she? She had to do all that work, and she had the horrible stepsisters. And
It is kind, yeah. But wasn't she? Wasn't her father apparently from the stories I read royalty? And she married this lady with the two terrible stepdaughters, and she became royalty because of that. You know, the lady.
Maybe, but she did go through a lot because she was treated so badly, and she had to do all the cleaning and housework. And
Yeah.
So she was.
Yeah, it was terrible. Maria, how's about you? What character would you want to be, or do you portray yourself
Doctor
as?
Strange.
Oh,
That's something different.
I do like Doctor Strange. Man possesses two PhDs, one in medical and one in philosophy, or some
Intelligent woman.
And he is a
Doctor Strange?
have a what you call this photographic memory.
other. That's why
so
he's got a
that's-
photographic.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, could you? Okay, let's get on that topic.
You
What
know,
would you do with a
whenever
photographic
people
man?
say,
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, and I say it's in the hallway on the stool by the red jacket, and in my mind I see it.
Yeah.
Like when you said the other time I came here, you said, "Oh, where's my phone?" And I said it's on the counter,
Well, I've done
and I was
that.
sitting way over there, like I still see it.
Well, I've done that too. You've done that with me.
Okay,
babe,
fine.
and I've done
I'm
it
not
with you.
special.
No. But that's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, what would you? Okay, let me ask you guys this: what would you do if you had a mind like Doctor Strange? Like, I have to admit, he is overall my favorite Marvel character. Period, hands down. But what would you do with that kind of brain, that kind of mind, Michelle?
Well, sometimes you just maybe wouldn't want to know too much.
Is that
Doesn't
the only
sound
way
good.
you're looking at it? Just knowing too much, really?
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Oh, jeez.
It's like
Maria-
I'd rather be a little more ignorant and just live my happy little life. La 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 la. I don't know any better.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
All that was what I meant. Yeah.
Oh my God.
La la la.
Maria, how's about you? You have a mind like Doctor Strange. What would you do?
Well, I will accumulate all the knowledge that I can get.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
is
heal
what
the
I want.
world.
Yeah,
Because,
pretty much. Yeah.
You know, because you feel powerful just having that knowledge. You don't need those, those magic that he's doing, and going back and forth to the future and to the past.
Oh, hell, that would be
But-
great. You wouldn't need to take a plane, like how he.
But the
blows
thing
those
about it is, just
sparkly rings.
having those knowledge that you can
Yeah.
accumulate just one day, you can read 10 books. Having those knowledge is you're powerful enough.
Oh, that's fantastic. Can you imagine having a mind like AI?
Wow.
What you could do? There's
Scary.
there's no limits. But do you get to a point where you stop learning and you just start applying, or you just keep learning and learning and learning?
Or do you get exhausted or just
Yeah.
not want to do it anymore
But
because it's
also
too
at
much
the
to take in?
Maybe all at the same token, maybe it made your life exciting because every book that you open
Yeah.
is a new knowledge and exciting.
Well, I just want to say thank you for asking me asking me the question back. I really appreciate that.
Well, you answered it already.
No, I didn't.
No.
No, I didn't. No, I
you
didn't.
Sorry.
Did you
You
say
said
sparrow?
you're such a wife.
You said Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
No, I
See?
wasn't talking. I was talking about what would you do?
I think maybe an
with the
alien
mind.
Okay,
took him for
what you
5
will
minutes.
do? What you will do?
Okay,
Scooby-Doo?
finally, everything.
Huh?
What?
Everything. Okay, if I had a mind, you. Okay. The question was, if you had a mind like Doctor Strange, what would you
right.
do?
Okay.
Now, ask me the
Okay.
question. What would I do?
What would you do?
My answer is everything,
Ooh.
because there would be no limits. I mean, you could learn everything.
Wow, all the languages, all the instruments,
All the languages, the instruments, the
sports moves.
sexual Kama Sutra.
Well, you don't need to be Doctor Strange in order for you to learn those things because I think you're one of the top notch.
Ooh,
Oh,
that deserves a sound effect.
okay. Let me find one.
Come on,
There
hurry
you in.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Kids
no,
yelling,
no.
No, hold on.
Oh, come on. That's
How's
no,
about-
no, no.
I think you're fired. Okay, I'll let that one go.
Fine.
So
whatever.
people ask me why again. Why do I like to wear my glasses? This is why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I know. Crossed eyes.
If I was gay, I'd be cockeyed.
Okay, we are already in 45 minutes. So are you ready to wrap it up now, buddy?
Is this
Get
your
the
wa-
Christmas paper.
Well, all I want to say is once again, thank you for tuning in to our show and listening into our conversations. And thank you for all your emails and so forth concerning things that we can talk about on the show and charities that we can help out in the future by telling people about them and so on. Michelle, is there anything you'd like
if
to
you
say?
guys have any topics you want to hear about, questions about Canada or where we live, we'd love to fill you in about that. Me and Robert have lived here our entire lives,
Yes.
and we could give you a lot of information. The good, the bad, the ugly.
All kinds of information.
Yeah.
Maria, is there anything you'd like to say, wrap up with?
Thank you so much for supporting Rosa Roy and the Good People, TGP Today, which stands for the Good People Today. Many,
Absolutely.
many thank you. And please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and follow and all shit and caboodles.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
evening.
You're listening to TGP Today.
Good people.